Well, for you guys that haven't seen, that is what the piston looks like. That was in ppump 6.7, that was in that. So I did a little more figuring out, and what I have found, for you guys that don't follow on Instagram, why this happened was because of that. The piston cracked, and also there's another one cracked too. It's not as bad. And there's the other one that's cracked. She cracked pretty bad. So I am thinking likely what happened is the gap will be sauce, aka nitrous. I cracked pistons. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, because everything else looks pretty good for, you know, like as many runs as this did on the dyno. Like, I don't know, you guys probably don't realize how many hits that I did on that. I counted them all up, and I did 103 hits above 900 horsepower. So to put that in perspective, that would legitimately be like going down the track 100 times. And a lot of those were like hot lap. Like, I do the run, it would idle for a couple minutes, bang, do another run, do another run, do another run. So I'm actually quite happy with how the engine looked. All the bearings look really good. There was one that had a little bit of trash that went through it. I don't know where it went, but I had one that had a little bit of trash go through it. Yeah, you can see on the main bearing there. It didn't hurt the crankshaft at all, so, but just that one bearing. All the rest of them look really good. All the rod bearings look good. Like, there's nothing, you can see that it's kind of polished that top layer off, but there's nothing there. I'm gonna, like, I'm contemplating I might just reuse these rod bearings. They don't bother me at all. So I honestly don't really like reusing bearings, but those ones still look really good. But we'll see. I haven't completely decided yet. I'm going to decide here in the next little bit. I did put new main bearings in it. Obviously, the old ones are there. So we bored the block 20 over because it was still standard. I gave it 8.5 thou piston to wall clearance. We are using new Total Seal gapless rings, or the second ring is gapless. Girdle back on, crankshaft back in. I polished it just because that's what I do. The camshaft looked perfect. Just cleaned it, put it back in. Yeah. So as far as this, the cylinder head I've already fixed. I just have to put valves, basically reassemble it, check stem heights and stuff like that, check spring heights and stuff. That's all good to go. So what I was trying to do is get this back together, for the only reason is I don't want to lose parts. And that's for you guys that have more than one project on the go. If you start, I'm bad for it, where it's just like, oh, I'll tear it apart, but then it sits and then I lose parts, or I use parts for something else. And I was already going to start doing that with this engine, starting to use parts for something else. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If I do that, then I'm not going to have a complete engine to use. So I want to put it back together. So today we're going to put the shorty back together, or the short block. And I'll probably put the head and all that stuff back on this week. But I just wanted to get that done. Now, I do have a bunch of runs that I need to do on this thing. Hopefully do some today. I already did fuel pin testing, so that will be coming up. I will put, that will be coming up. I don't know if it'll be this week or next week. Anyways, maybe you've already even seen it. But I did fuel pin testing, which is actually pretty eye-opening. I've never done fuel pin testing on one of these with like stock. This is stock per se, basically all stock parts and all that stuff. So interesting what I found, actually. So I guess if you guys, I'll show you probably, I'm not going to show all of this. I've showed a bunch of this before. So I'm just going to show you snippets of what I got, what I'm doing. Maybe when I get the short block together, we'll get it. Oh, that was actually something else. I'll show you that in a bit. But maybe when I get the short block together, you guys have already watched me gap rings, already watched me put pistons in, all that stuff. So I don't see that you really want to watch that again. If you do, there's lots of videos on it. So let's check. I'm going to check ring gaps, get pistons in, we'll get the oil pan on. And I actually need to make an engine stand for this thing too, because this thing, I think I'm going to paint. Oh, maybe I'll just put it on the regular engine stand for now. This thing we're going to paint, and I'm going to put it in the office. I got a couple engines that I want to build in the next little bit, just to have future projects. I have parts to put them together. So right now I'm just trying to piece stuff together because I am going to sell a bunch of stuff off here in a little while. So just thought I'd mention. And I also do, I don't know, I might have this sold, but I do have this 24 valve, or 24 valve. I have this P-pump, 215 horse, max balanced with 5K springs in it. That is the pump that was on that engine that is going to be going for sale. But I will need a core back. So just thought I'd mention that. I will be selling that though. Well, I will be selling it 100%. I shouldn't say I'm not sure. I will be selling it 100%. So let's get doing this. All right, so I got a little bit of lost footage apparently. I was just trying to finish up a video and I don't have all the footage that I thought I did. Apparently I took a picture and not a video. So that's my fault, it is what it is. But we got the P-pump 6.7 together. I got it covered in a bag here, obviously. This is the one that was in the first gen. It's completely back together. Everything is good to go as far as that goes. We are putting, well, we've put the VE engine into the first gen. I still have to get it running, but it's in the truck right now. I just have to work on it, but I had to bring, this is my next door neighbor's truck. I had to put a fuel pump in this for him. I told him I'd do it. And then my buddy Bill had his second gen in here, getting it, well, not finished, but working on it a bunch. So I had to take the first gen outside for a few days. It's coming back in to be working on. I will be working on it this weekend, as well as doing some dyno stuff on Shay's truck. We were doing some turbo testing last week. I'm waiting for some parts so we can do more turbo testing. But I just wanted to mention that that engine is done. There isn't going to be too many videos on that, except for maybe a final assembly video, like putting the pump and all that stuff. I have a new pump to put on that. So I've got a new delivery valve, or no, not a delivery valve. I got a 12.5 mil plunger from DDP, and I've had them two pumps built. One with 4,000 governor springs, one with 5,000 governor springs. That one's going to get the 5,000, I think. Unless the shorty should get it. Maybe. I should never even thought of that because that engine's not going back in anything. Anyways, we'll figure that out. But I do have a question though. Let me know in the comments what color I should paint that engine. It's going to probably be in a couple different trucks. So I need something that's universal but cool. I was kind of maybe thinking green. Maybe blue? I don't know. Something different. I am going to paint like the accents on it, I think, are going to be like this silver color. That's the intake, or that's the side draft that was on that's on the VE. I just had it off so I could do some stuff. I think the accents are going to end up that color. I think that might be my accent color on all my trucks, just so that like have a unique color, I guess. Not a unique color, but all of them have a brand color, I guess. But let me know what you guys think, what color I should paint that. I got the engine, the pink engine that's in the first gen, and then obviously a bunch of black engines, but I want to start painting some stuff, cool stuff. So let me know what you think. All right, check out this dyno video. Might find it interesting.